How long you mean long term? Matt Manju asks, sir, I just did a whole segment on this last night. And respectively, I'm going to give you some very good advice and everyone else that's listening to this stream right now. And everybody pay attention. What I'm about to tell you over the course of the next minute or so is extremely smart advice. And it could really have a fundamental effect on the future of your life in relation to financial freedom. Been talking about this the last couple nights. Listen to me very carefully. The overwhelming, and this is something you won't hear on most channels, but this is the truth, Ruth. The overwhelming majority of crypto-made millionaires and crypto-made multi-millionaires have done so by picking projects they feel are very solid in both utility and community and team, and have held on to those holdings for several years, right? Several years. So I mean, it is what it is. One of my co-hosts that's usually with me, Nick, he is a retired multimillionaire at the age of 33. You want to know why? Because he bought $10,000 of Dogecoin in 2014, and he diamond-handed it till now. In 2021. 8 years. 8 years. Okay? So it's easy to get impatient if your favorite coin's trading sideways for a 6-month block. You may even think it's dead or done. And I get it. I empathize. I deal with those feelings and emotions consequentially to that too. Especially when you're following something closely every day, okay? But when you zoom out, if you zoom out and you look at the overall trajectory of your primary positions in your portfolio, in my opinion, it's probably best that your primary positions are in top 20 coins with high utility. They usually always tell you the same narrative, the same story. And what is that story? It's a story of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And many times, most people don't have the patience to see that through. And I get that. Because I have to be busy all the time, or I just don't feel like I'm in my zone. I got to be in the zone and be very productive, very busy, or I just don't feel right. So I get that. But me even knowing that about myself, I stay productive in other areas, and I don't allow that to disrupt my long-term holds. You understand? I tell you this because I think a lot of people that find themselves in the cryptocurrency space, in the NFT space, have similar personality traits in that regard. Okay, so that's just it, guys. The overwhelming majority of crypto-made millionaires have been holding on to their positions for several years. I know that's not an answer most of you want to hear. I know that's not an answer most people like to hear. They don't want to hear that. Everyone wants to have life-changing gains within a year. Of course we do. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. It definitely happens. I could think of a couple that it's happened to right in this community. But I can tell you another thing. There's a lot more future millionaires sitting right here in this group right now than there are of overnight millionaires that will ever happen in this community. I can tell you without a doubt that I am looking at on that chat screen right now at least a few future multimillionaires. I can tell you with absolute certainty that I'm looking at some right now. Okay? Now, life's hard. Things happen. We have expenses. We have bills, we have debt, we have mortgages, we have medical expenses. You got food, you got insurance, you got health insurance, car insurance. You got a kid, you got 2 kids. You put 2 kids here and then you put one in the oven from a stripper you met in Miami 3 years ago. Whatever your situation is. Look, if you've got to take out some of your gains in order to put food on the table, keep the gas in the car, keep a roof over your head, then do what you got to do. I'm not talking about those people. You don't owe anyone an explanation. So if you got to pull profits just for your basic life costs, that's fine. I'm not talking to you folks. I'm not talking about those folks. But if you are in a position where you don't have to touch your gains, probably don't want to touch your gains. You probably want to let them ride for the long haul. I personally think Dogecoin is going to yield fantastic results for those who are patient enough to see it through over several year periods of a time. Bang Stun says, I'm one of them. As my parents, my father's a preacher, right? And my mother helps him with that stuff too. And even my father at his age, he's still preaching. And one of the things he likes to say is, I claim it, right? And it's like, he's all about, it's kind of like a motivational speaker, right? He's like, claim things, visualize things that you want, and then claim it. And it just kind of made me think of it when I saw Bang Stun said, I'm going to be one of them, and you're going to be one of them. I like that. Speak it into existence. When you speak things into existence, it takes the things, your goals, and the things that you want for yourself, it brings it more into reality. It makes it more real for you. And the more real you can make the concept for you, the more likely you are to hold yourself accountable to attaining those goals, right?